No need ka na of cooking. Example, what is an example of ready-to-eat food? Ha? Sardinas. Sardinas, yes, if it's open, but if it's unopen, it's okay. Mga salad, di ba? Sandwiches, di ba? Those are ready-to-eat food. It's because ready-to-eat food is very critical. Okay, because that food does not undergo cooking. If ever nga makontaminate ka ng mga ready-to-eat food, wala siya cooking, there is no way to kill the microorganisms. Asa mo makita og salad nga giluto? Di ba wala? You don't have fresh, di ba? No other way to kill. Other way is to wash it with food sanitizers. But in case wala ba, so mato siya. Okay, so, ha? Oh, macaroni salad, sir. O fruit salad. Even ka ng mga fruit whole nga watermelon, kana siya, once you slice that one, pwede na makuha na siya. It can be termed as potentially hazardous food. Potentially hazardous food because na siya, ready to eat na siya, di ba sir, expose na siya sa outside environment, sa hangin, i-handle sa kutsilyo, kasi ito natarong ng hugas, so mga microorganisms na nilit dito. So we will talk about it kind of later, probably mo mag-label. So microorganisms, let's talk about microorganisms because usually si microorganisms kasi yung nag-aano ba, yung food mas spoil sila kasi nagko-cause ng foodborne illness, this one, microorganisms. So the factors, conditions for microbial growth is FATOM, in short, the food, acidity, time, temperature, oxygen, and moisture. So we will discuss one by one food. Pathogens that means disease-causing microorganisms. Okay? So for example, food. If there is food na yun microorganisms. So the food kana is rich in protein, yun na, and carbohydrates. Diba? Which food kana dali ra siya madaot? Give me an example. Dairy products. Ha? Dairy products. What else? Diba? Fresh milk. 5 days. 3 days actually, some is 3 days lang. Diba? Some is open, 3 days consume. And then, kanang fish, mga meat, poultry products because they are high in protein. And it's the food of the microorganism. So if there is food, we have microorganism. Okay? So that's the first condition for microbial growth. The second is acidity. So microorganisms cannot grow properly at acidic environment. So the more acidic your food, di ba? Are you ganun nakabantay mo? The more acidic your food, the longer the shelf life. Di ba? Are you familiar with? Sige, give me an example of a food is acidic. Yes, yun muna, di ba? I-consider mo yung shelf life niya. And then, another example is, di ba ka lang sa sushi? Sushi rice. May nala. Kaya sa sushi rice is they put ka ng vinaigrette manana. So it's, yes, inilaw po. Diba, it's slightly humba daw. O, humba na isuka. And then, diba, pagkakuman, sushi rice, kaya sushi, i-compare yung mga ordinary steamed rice and the sushi rice. Kinsa may una madaot nila. Diba? But for example, prepare ta karong buntag, alas 8. Yung kahapon na tutan-awon ang duha. Kinsa man ang madaot nila. Diba ang ordinary steamed rice? Ang sushi rice, hindi ko na siya na madaot. Because one of the ingredients is they put vinaigrette on it. So it's acidic. Diba? Okay, so that's the other condition for microbial growth. The third type is the time. So microorganisms need time to multiply sa siya. No? So ingon sila, every 20 minutes, the microorganisms multiply. So, tinood na itong ingon nga, 5 minutes kay okay pa. Namaho. No? 20 minutes man. So, it's because wala siya ng multiply, but naa siya. No, diba? So, still, pwede siya maka-cause of illness. So, ato nang i-allow ang food na nasa, we will talk later what is are you familiar with temperature danger zone? TDZ, no siya. We should allow only food for 2 hours lang siya sa room temperature, the TDZ, we will talk about it later, after any time. So 2 hours lang ang i-allow. If wala siya temperature control. But kapamilya mo din sa abalone, naman yung mga shaping dish, mga bain-marie, it's okay ma'am, sobraan siya og 2 hours because naka-hot held man na siya o naka-cold hold, di ba? Familiar mo na nila na naka-ice, then na naka-steam. Okay? So, other condition is the temperature. So, mag-ubad din silang buka. Or either you can use this as control or this one, the temperature. So, the principle is, kanino na siya, keep cold food cold, keep hot food hot. So, ang cold food should be held at 5, it's okay pa, 5 degrees below. And then, hot food should be held at 60 degrees above. So, the temperature in between, which is 5 to 60, that is what we call the temperature danger zone, TDZ, because this is the actual temperature na bacteria will multiply rapidly. Muna yun ang pinakaganahan na temperature, ng 5 to 60. Ba, pinay temperature, room temperature sa Philippines? Average. 27, what? 28. 27, 28 belongs to temperature danger zone. Unless kung ang Philippines mura siya presa klima sa Iceland, di ba? So, dili man natagari sa TDZ, 27, 28. So, we should not place food without temperature control sa TDZ because microorganisms will multiply rapidly. That's why food, we have to control na food nga 2 hours lang. If wala yun, for example, if we don't have temperature control on our food sa buffet, we can use time as a control. So, maximum of 2 hours lang pwede serve sa guest. Okay? So, mga siya, any question regarding TDZ? Clear na siya, no? Yeah. I mean, you can apply this in your home, not at home. Okay, so other condition is the oxygen, di ba? Because there are microorganisms that need oxygen for growth. There are those that do not need. So you should, but this is more kind of more scientific na siya ba? So, another example lang ha is, are you familiar ka ng mga, di ba ka nang sa, familiar mo ng oil nga na ay garlic in oil? We have ka ng foodborne illness case na nasa una from the Clostridium botulinum because Clostridium botulinum, you can find that one sa soil, di ba? And then garlic, di ba, is you can na siya under sa ground, di ba? Fresh. If you use fresh garlic and then you put it in oil, you are providing anaerobic kanang environment, meaning anaerobic, meaning walay oxygen. So you're providing good condition for growth for Clostridium. So there nato incident sa US nga nakakos og nato recall because botulism. Ni-grow man ang Clostridium sa garlic in oil mixes. No? So mga na, you should, kuan ba? So it's more kind of kanang murag science, but most kanang nasa itong mga grocery is ila na nag-undergo processing. So, di-kill na nila. But you should kanang read sa mga storage instruction, di ba, na keep refrigerated after opening. It's because pwede man good na reintroduce ang microorganism. Even if di-kill na to during processing, pwede mo balik siya dito if ang handling after sa processing is not correct. Motong, basta keep in mind nga, keep food at temperature out of the temperature danger zone. Maura pinaka-simple. Okay? So the last condition is moisture. So microorganisms need moisture to grow. Diba? Kung near ka, one of our preservation methods of food is drying. Diba? Because we take out the moisture. Compare din mo ang fresh fish and the buwad. What's the longer shelf life? Buwad. Because wala siyang moisture. Take out na, so wala yung makusong na moist water microorganisms. That's why we have longer shelf life. Okay? Question? So those are the conditions for microbial growth. Don't forget fathom. Okay? So use only fresh ingredients. Ano siya? You should wash your vegetables before. Imagine, di ba? Lettuce. Imagine lettuce nga nasa farm. And then, if you will not wash, diba? Kasi, buday, lettuce is, we will use this one in salad. Salad does not undergo cooking. So, in case, hindi rin mo hugasan ng salad, imagine, wala kang nikaon mo tayo. No? Kasi naa sa farm. Sometimes, ang dahon sa kanang lettuce, detach sa ground. Sometimes, ay basig na ilabay ng kabaw. No? Na naisihan na ihian. So, imagine if you not wash your food. Yes. So, thawing, are you familiar with thawing? Actually, it's another term for defrosting. So, we have four acceptable methods, no? Inside the refrigerator, under running cold water, and then in a microwave, or as part of the cooking process. Or it means even if it's still frozen, you can cook that one as long as you attain ang temperature na required mo siya maluto. So why do you think, I have a question, why do you think nga we have to follow these four acceptable methods of thawing? What's the purpose? No, we're not cooking, we're just defrosting, Roman.
As there are bacteria that are present in cold places like frozen food.
Okay. So, unsa dito ko gingon ganina, katong microbial conditions for microbial. Diba? Actually, the purpose of this one is do not expose food at TDZ.
Correct.
Or you should, if ever magaling ma-expose siya, should wait the minimum time lang siya. So, thawing inside the refrigerator, because nga naman, the refrigerator requirement is 5 degrees below man. So, if you thaw it sa refrigerator, safe na siya. Sa 24 hours na siya. Okay? And then, use under running cold water, this one is okay ni siya. Under running cold water, if nagdalit mo. And then, this one inside the microwave, if you want to cook it immediately, or as part of the cooking process. Bisag frozen pa siya. Basta, ang principle is, do not place food at TDZ. Maura na siya. Okay, so we also have color coding no, inside our kitchen. So we have green for fruits and vegetables, then white for ready to eat, yellow for poultry, red for meat, and blue for seafood. It's because why? What's the purpose of color coding? Yes, very good. To prevent cross-contamination. Because imagine if your cut fruits and vegetables are green, then you will use this one in your salad, no? Ready to eat na siya. We have different microorganisms man sa each fruit. Okay? So we also have product labeling. So we have different in our kitchen, daghan og mga monitoring. So once the product is open, gani. Actually, di ba, are you familiar with ganang mga processed food? Canned food, di ba, usually the expiry date is 2 years, 1 year. That is good for an open product only. But once na that food is open, do you think may makaabot pa siya 1 year, 2 years? No, because na-expose na siya sa microorganisms. That's why it's important to label your, good example is, di ba, kanang fresh milk, nga di ba, na may storage instructions, nga keep refrigerated and consume only after 3 days after opening ba sa packaging. That's the on, and then dapat siya sa refrigerated because wala man siya sa temperature danger zone. No, you're not allowing the microorganisms to grow on the food. So these are just example picture photos. Okay? Kitchen. Actually, food safe and cold storage guidelines. So, familiar mo sa nang ano? FIFO. FIFO? First in, first out, first expiry, first out. But my question is, when can you use FIFO? When can you use FIFO?
Kaya sa since nagtrabaho ko sa Jollibee so
Okay.
first in first out sa mo is sa nagkuhan sa date kung kinsa kung unsa para nang nag-delivery karon nasa delivery ugma syempre ang una ni is katong delivery karon nga date kay mo toy ngapit na sa ma-expect sa katong akatong ugma nga moabot. Mo toy mong first in nga first thing mong bawal kay mo toy first na sa first expiry first out Kay kato may uno na bot, siyempre kato sa mo na mga experts kato di mo i-find food.
So, si kanina lang, I will give a situation. Sige, for example, we're in pastry kitchen. Nasa pastry kitchen. Kailan mo na Chef Angel? Chef Angel man ang yan to, no? Let's say, for example, sige, name nyo mo? Alden. O, yasa si Kuan. Si Aldo. Isa na po siya. Isa na siya partner. So, for example, nasa sa pastry kitchen. And si Chef Angel, nag-order siya of cheese. Let's say, for example, cheddar cheese. So, ang ato di all food items sa moagi kinag-receiving, i-check na sa atong quality control before na mara sa mga outlet kitchens. So, for example, si Alden, gisugo siya ng Chef Angel ng pagkuha bag-o nga delivery nga cheese. But ang mga chefs, dili na sila mo order if the item is zero balance na gid sa ilang storage. No, kaya para na sila magamit. So, mag-advance na sila order. For example, ang cheese nga naangat to remaining sa storage is, let's say, for example, ang expiry niya is December 1, 2017. But, ang katuwang newly arrived, nga bago ni abot i-order, is November 20, 2017. So, which you should use first? When can we apply this one?
First expiry.
And this is first expiry, first first out. So, that's correct.
Sa mga sa bagay, nasa mga instances nga nauna na deliver ang katong last pa nga expire. Sa mga na kay mas unahon dito katong habit na dito expire kasi kung nagamit na yung mga dugay pang expire.
So, ako question, when can you use FIFO di if expiry atong basis?
Sa mga wala expiry.
Sa first in, first
Sige,
out,
sir.
para sa mga fresh food,
Fresh food?
like fresh meat, fresh chicken ba.
But can we not use FIFO in process? Ba pwede rin? Ba pwede rin?
What if kailan 3 days ang shelf life mo?
Yogurt.
Days lang ang shelf life, like unlike sa months.
But in process, we have expiry man na basis. But the question is when, actually it's very easy ang question. Like, wala pa naglibog sa akong question. When can you use this FIFO?
Pag walang expiration date.
Walang expiration date. Actually, for fresh expiration date are for kanong processed food items.
Correct.
Wala naman yung expiring mga fresh food or
Correct.
veggies. Wala naman. We're looking man in kanang physical,
Correct.
physical and kanang organic, sensory na property. So, when can you use FIFO?
Itong sa mga
First day na
Kung
Kung na first day na,
But yung basihan is an expiry month. Based sa akong situation na gihatag,
If na-open na.
if na-open,
Pag mga materials.
actually it's very easy lang. You can use FIFO if you have the same expiry date, di ba? For example, di ba? Same expiry date. Applicable siya if same expiry date, but if different expiry date, FIFO.
ang galing sa katong lahi na rin na November itong bagong na-deliver. Nga itong nagamit mo is December sa mo na ito na.
Ang basis ni mga to is ang expiry. But ang FIFO na kung question. So you can use this one if same. So bisan pag same expiry date, ang unahang giting mo gamit is katong daan. Okay. So more to. So simple na siya. Actually,
Simple lang yun.
siya.
Ay mo lang i-simplify sa website.
Sige, okay. And then inside storage, no, inside freezer, no, ako nung magpapasabot ba? So you will know the difference when to use FIFO and FIFO. Diba? So and then for inside sa atong freezer, sa balay and inside the kitchen areas, no, avoid overstocking. It's because iba naman ay capacity nga load. And if you overstock, the temperature, diba, we have freezer temperature requirement, negative, diba, 18 for chiller, 5 degrees Celsius. If you overstock, the freezer or chiller cannot cool properly because dili siya makarotate ng cool air properly. So what will happen is, taas ang temperature inside the cold storage, which is possible na maabot siya sa temperature danger zone, which is ma-expose sa imong food, mga daot na nung siya tanan ng store. That's why it's not good advisable to overstock your food. And then there shall be no food in their contact with the floor. This is applicable sa atong walk-in chillers and freezers. Gilid na siya. Dapat naka-elevate na siya sa rack or nasa crate. Okay? And this is a proper storage order. So actually, this is a, for example, this is a refrigerator. No, so pinaka-top na shelf, one is siya ready-to-eat food. The second shelf is one is siya raw seafood. Third is raw whole meat. Fourth is raw ground meat. And last is ang raw poultry. But I have a question. Why do you think may manani ang iyahang arrangement? Why, normally kung you will put raw whole meat there is a ubos or si poultry there is a second. Why not naman siya? Wala idea?
Para tayo mag-start.
Mas dali
Para sa iyo, sa hawakan.
mas
Basta di naman tulog. Sige, ay put kuan mga kanang kuan diri ba kanang mga drain gani nga mga drain para dili siya magkuan. So let's say fresh kayo isda buhi-buhi pa kami. Joke lang. Yung garlic kay fresh or red isda na mini poultry food fresh. Puro na siya fresh. Kung may ganun, para dali makuha. Buta ka na kung pangan. Bisa klaro na isda. Kani isda. Kani raw meat. Ano siya? Why do you think na we have
Hindi siya
ganun?
pwede isikit sa pagay.
Okay.
Para na kung bakay na wala ibawaan na ang manok kuno kung imoy mas dali man siya makuha ng bakterya ang mga
Bacteria.
Reaction to air.
manok
Reaction
Exposure.
to air. It has something to do with microorganisms.
hindi siya pwede
Contamination.
Golden level.
Actually, your answer is correct, diba? To prevent cross-contamination. But because, ako na lang ito because naturally, food contains different levels of microorganisms. So it means, poultry ang pinakahugaw.
pinakahugaw.
Yes. I mean, hindi pinakahugaw, but pinaka-taas of microbial load. Diba? Which is, usually, the easy salmonella. Have you nakatry na mo ato dressing plan? Did you know what unsa niyang mga poultry meat? Giyon sa sila sa basic plan? Actually, gihugasan na sila chlorine solution. Yes, but that chlorine solution is food grade. At manimahal siya ng chlorine. Kaya because makakita gibig mo, we conduct supplier audit man. So, kanang food supplier sa hotel, amo ginaslaan doon sa processing area nila. Yun sa nila paghimo ang mga product mabot diri sa tong hotel. Because it's no use if kita ra ang control but ang source sa atong item mo nakibog yun sa pag-prepare. So that's one of the prerequisite programs sa JFR.
Okay.
So amo na sila i-audit ang mga supplier. So it's because this task is the count sa salmonella. It's because during sa pagpatay ani good, no? Diba sometimes ikaon ng mga tinain na ma-usit man na siya tae, contaminate ang meat. So that's why one of the control is ilahan ni sanitize. Food sanitizing na hugasan yun din nila literal na chlorine solution. Pero cold, but that one is food grade na siya. Okay, so it means that poultry is the highest microbial load. Sunod kay si raw. Pero kanina question ako, nga naman siya, si raw whole meat o si raw ground meat. Same sila.
Lagi pa ba siya process?
Bagay siya processing, okay? But what if, let's say, ang grandeur na akong ginamit is walay microorganism, 0% microorganism, example lang. But same sila, Korea, same sila raw, but the difference is ground. Sakto si Miss,
Exposed na
yes, it's because, di ba, microorganisms was start to grow sa surface of the food. Kung raw meat, harang mo siya sa surface first, mag-grow. But whereas in here in ground, all sides, imagine mo all sides na exposed to microorganisms. That's why you also need to cook ground meat at higher temperature than raw meat. So that's the why, but if you ask about why it's now has to have many siya mga storage order. Okay, so question. So sink dishwashing. So, mahibong mo sa maling ilang sink tulungan kabuok. No, it's because that's for washing, rinsing, and disinfecting. So, these are example of kanang dishwashing machine. So this is the chemicals, no, here. So this is kind of pre-washed ng mga pangtanggalon ng mga mumu. So money siya. So dire na dire hot water, spray na sa dihang mga detergent, gawas dito, should be clean na siya. If daghan na kayong flat ng hugas. Okay, so this is cleaning and sanitizing inside our kitchen. We have trash segregation, so food and non-food. And we have proper storage area for chemicals and cleaning tools to not solution. And then sa receiving, as I told you, no, all our food supplies, moagi kayo ng receiving. Na siya, muna i-check, for example, if napay soil ang ube, if nagkaglata ang capsicum, or if the food items, mga example, sauces is nearly expired na siya, or expired na. Ano siya ang purpose sa quality control. Okay, so we also have clean as you go. So imagine, one of the causes sa maong madaot na itong mga machines is that kayong dilit-palimpihan dayon, mga nang cause tayaon. And of course, diba, imagine mo, meat ni siya, mo siyang diin mo siya hugasan, let's say tomorrow pa, you are exposing, this is food for microorganisms, exposing mo sa TDZ. What if ang next mo gamit here, no? So, contaminate to ang fresh. And then mo na siya makakause of illness sa mga guests if not handled properly. That's also the importance of cleaning. Clean as you go policy. Okay, so this is an example, no, of unclean delicatessen. Imagine natin mga microorganisms sa mga corners, sa mga crevices. And then here, actually, there are actual examples of kitchen from our kitchen inspections. No? This is like kind of sa balonino. Dito sa tahay siya. Clean ang plates, what the wall is very dirty. Napin habiling ng siya. Okay, and then recording and documentation. As I told you, no, maybe tomorrow, Sister Ray will discuss you about kind of quality QMS, quality management system. So we'll have an overview of what is it. So another requirements during audits are records and documents. Mga ginasala lang tanong. That's what we have. So inside our kitchen areas, we have so many monitoring. Temperature monitoring sa mga freezer, chiller, cooking temperature. So if you're, imagine naman if you want to cross-train, morning yung masugatan. Okay, so and that's all. Thank you. So if you have questions, thank you. Saya kasi nasa school yan.